right, so put y'all on here. Moving sucks. I'm gonna tell you all that right now. Moving is probably my least favorite thing to do. So I didn't do any of it yesterday. I did a lot Saturday. Lots and lots Saturday. I gotta get you guys up on something. Guys, look at that. Pittsburgh Steelers shirt. Gosh darn it. We're trying to pack, so the place is a mess. So I'm trying to get you guys in a position where I can see you. Well, I can't see you, but where I can see the screen and you can see me. What's up, everybody? So Saturday, I'm going to throw this out there because all the guys that were supposed to be here Saturday watch my channel. I'm going to let them know how incredibly upset I am with them. So Friday, I had a friend stop by, my friend Tito. I hadn't seen him forever. And so he stopped by. But I had 3 friends that were supposed to come down to hang out. And they were at Pendleton, but that's not where they're at. They were just at Pendleton that day. Like, yeah, we're going to come down. Friday night, we'll come down from Pendleton and we'll get our room there. They're coming from up north. And so these cats tell me, like, faithfully, yeah, we'll be there Saturday, man. We're going to help you pack some of this shit up. We'll get all this stuff ready. And then we'll try to come back the following weekend because we move this coming weekend. So I'll take you guys around. I'll show you. We've packed a lot of stuff. Like, if you look in the cupboards, just stuff that, I mean, there's most of the stuff is out of the cupboards. Where we keep all the coffee cups and stuff over there, that's pretty much bare. There's boxes and stuff everywhere from us packing. They're like, yeah, we'll be there Saturday. These dirty bastards go to Mexico, get so drunk that they wake up Saturday evening and they're like, dude, we're just staying down here in Mexico and we're going to come back Sunday. They're like, we'll come help you Sunday. I was like, you need to stay away from me all day Sunday. You need to probably just need to stay away from me for at least like 4 or 5 days. I'm pretty upset. And so I did a bunch of stuff. I'll take you out. I'll show you in the garage. I packed up. That might not look like that much. Morning, Jeremy. It doesn't look like that much, but it's all heavy. So I packed up, with the exception of these 6 boxes, because my wife did the kitchen stuff. I packed all this stuff up on Saturday. And Sunday I woke up, my back hurt, and I laid on my couch and I read Stephen King's Dark Tower series, like 700 pages yesterday, because my back hurt. And I'm like, I'm not packing anything up today. So, yeah. So you three know, they're like, I heard one of them in the back, they're like, why are you even calling him? Why are you even calling him? Why are you even calling him? Like, don't even, just leave it be. We're moving down to a place just down the road from here. It's like 11 minutes from here. So maybe, I want to say it's like 8-10 miles from here, south. We found a pretty good rental property. It's nice. It's got a big, big backyard. So, yeah, I read half of the Wastelands. I'm sorry, I read half of the drawing of the 3 and then all of the Wastelands yesterday. Like 700 some odd pages. I'm pretty tired. And it's still San Diego. I'd like to get out of San Diego, but right now there's no real way. I got my certification complete. I got my information from the state. It is my favorite series of books too, and once I start reading, I have a real hard time not reading. So like I had to put my Kindle in the safe because today I have a lot of things I have to do. But we're waiting on my baby girl to tell me. I think she's skating until 9, so I have to go pick her up. My wife had to work early today. I have some paperwork I have to do today, but I didn't want to get started on it. So I like the way it's written too, James, because it leaves you that opportunity to go back around. Because at the end you can go right back to the beginning if you want. I've read that. I've read that entire series of books probably 5 or 6 times. So if you guys don't know, I'm talking about the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. It's like 4,000 pages total, spread across 7 original books and 1 additional. Yeah, I want to get out of here too. John, are you in San Diego? If you reread it, because I've read it several times, but every time you reread it, you find and notice little things. Like I noticed something when I started the first book this time, that that I had never noticed in all the times I read it before. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read it, but I noticed something that definitely leads you from the very first pages of the first book to what you discover at the very end of the book, of the last book. And I was like, holy crap. So, but yeah, it's just, I hate moving, and it's stressful because there's stuff you can pack and stuff you can't. I want to get everything packed, but then what are we going to live on? You know, we've packed away everything except just the dishes we need. I think there's 2 of these. My daughter has 2 cups. I have 2 coffee cups. My wife has 2 coffee cups. So, like, pretty much everything else is just, like, clothes. We can't pack up all our clothes. We can pack up some. I'm really upset with my wife. She said she was going to pack stuff up yesterday, but she didn't. But, hey, I get it. It was Mother's Day. I did not call my mother. I texted my mother and wished her happy Mother's Day, but I did not call my mother. My mother has to go in for surgery soon. We're all stressed about that, and I didn't want to. Well, I'm stressed about it, and I did not want to instill any stress onto my mother by talking to her about an upcoming surgery on Mother's Day. So that's why I didn't call. So. But I'll show you. We're gonna walk around. I'll show you. We've been. It doesn't look like much, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Everything that was in those boxes out there came out of those shelves there, this cupboard here, these shelves here. All this stuff is going to be Goodwill stuff. There's stuff in here still. I know it's dark, but there's a couple things that I'm just not sure how I want to pack them. There's stuff that I kept out, like my YouTube stuff, because I did get something cool in. I'll give you a sneak peek because I still haven't done a first impressions video. I have Jim Skelton's production tibias. I have his prototypes, and these are really, really awesome. I'm not going to show you guys any of that because I am going to try to shoot a first impressions video today sometime. It just depends because, like I said, I have some stuff I have to do. I have to deal with Franchise Tax Board of California. I just got my certification. I have a bunch of stuff I have to do for that, and I have to track down 8 picnic tables that were ordered for a construction site that I want to see why they have not sent me a shipping notification because they were supposed to have been shipped on the 6th. So, yeah, it's just packing stressful. And then, like I said, all the kitchen appliances have to be packed. There's still stuff in the cupboards up on top over that you can't see where I'm pointing, but there's cupboards over there on the top of the pantry and above the refrigerator. There's still all kinds of stuff in there that has to get packed. So it's just me. Sorry. Yeah, there's so much stuff. And then there's stuff like I have thrown away so much crap. So where's everyone going? But yeah, that's where we're at with that. I'm gonna try and, like I said, get a bunch of stuff. I'm cutting up a grill with an angle grinder probably today to get all this stuff done because they wanted to charge me $65 for an oversized item haul away. And I was like, wait a second, we used to get one free a quarter. Where's that at? Where's my freebie? And they're like, oh, you don't get free ones. I was like, no. I definitely had free ones. I definitely have had free oversized item pickup. They're like, no, it's $65 for curbside. And I was like, so wait, I'm paying you to recycle something. I already pay for a recycle bin. I'm paying for you to come and pick up a big metal thing that you're gonna recycle? No. So I cut up a canopy. I cut up a bicycle that was completely destroyed. I cut up the majority of a barbecue grill so far, and it's all getting stuck in my recycle bin. Because I already pay for that. I'll take that time and cut that up. I've got cutoff wheels. Where is everyone going? So I think Elliot Williamson said he's going to try and help me this weekend. He's going to get his dad's truck. My buddy Richard's going to help me. If you're in the San Diego area and you follow me, I don't know. My wife was weirded out about that. I put up a video. I put up a short. I haven't done any shorts on YouTube. I did a video where I took my daughter to school, and I put it up, and my wife was, oh, I know. My wife was looking at it, and she goes, why did you put that up? And I was like, what? It was kind of cool. She's like, yeah, now everyone knows where your daughter goes to school. And I was like, that's true. And she was like, there's already a guy that commented that says he knows where that's at. And I was like, for a guy that worked security, physical security and stuff like that for a major Department of Defense installation and went to schools about how to protect people, things, and items. I didn't do a very good job on that one, did I? So I took it down. It's cool though. Like, I mean, it's not like she just goes in by herself and shit. Like, I take her in and I take her out. That is the nicest thing. I will say that is the nicest thing about this business being able to be run from home. I can take my daughter to school and I can pick her up. She had testing all week last week. She only has to go to school, physical school. She only goes one day a week. It's a specific type of school. But last week she had testing all week. So today we have all kinds of stuff going on. I may film some of the stuff. I'm gonna cut up, like I said, I'm cutting up a barbecue grill. The yard is like, if the new owners were to come by and look at the yard, they're like, you owe us money. But I'm gonna clean it all up because there's so much stuff out there that I have to take care of. Like, I've got to get cut down and I've got to get packed and I got to figure out if I'm leaving, what I'm leaving, rakes and garden stuff. We tried to grow a garden out here and you just can't grow anything in the dirt out here. We would basically have to we'd have to dig it all up and resod and do everything. You can't even grow grass out there. Like, nothing grows out there except stuff I don't want. So it's just, it was a lost cause. I don't know if I'm going to try again. I got to find out from my wife what of that is going and what it isn't. But I owe you guys a couple videos. I have been carrying that Hinder that you guys will see the first impressions on here in a few days. I've been carrying that. I just put the horsey scales back on it. I'm done carrying it. I'm going to do an actual review video of that. I have the Harsey Mayan calendar. This Harsey Spartan Mayan calendar, Harsey folder that I did a first impressions on that I'm going to do a full review on. Those will also, so the way I'm going to do it, so I can explain it to you guys, I don't know if I've really made it clear. So what I'm going to start doing from now on, because other creators told me that their subscribers like this. So get the item in, do a first impressions, then do the full review, and then if you guys like it, I'm going to keep doing it. But I have what I call What's Inside series, where basically, because after I've carried a knife for a while, these knives that are on loan, we'll just take it apart and look and see what's inside the knife. I did one on the brown that should be going up this week, Thursday, I think. I think there's a video tomorrow. Yeah, there's a video tomorrow. And then there's the brown knives, disassembly, and spa treatment, which was the first one I've done. So be a little forgiving. It's hard to do it. I don't have a direct above camera setup like Nick Shabazz does. I have to work from behind my tripod. So, but then there's also a What's Inside series on this. I have already taken the Harsey apart once, Harsey folder apart once, because it was really dirty when it came, and it's on loan from Jared, and I understand why. It's gotten a lot of pocket time for me as well. It's a really nice knife. So that's one of the things. So I'll do a video. So I did a first impressions. I'm probably gonna shoot the review video because I've carried that one a lot. And then after that, I'll do the what's inside. Probably the same day, because I'll do the review. Here's how it works. Like, you guys won't see it. It'll be like you'll see the initial impressions, and then like a week or so later, depending on my schedule and everything, you'll see the actual review. The same day I do the review, once I do the review, I'm probably not going to carry that knife anymore because I have like 12 or 13 knives from Jared. I got 2 knives from Jim Skelton. Once I get done with that, I'll do the spot treatment. I'll put it in the box, and I just won't carry it again, and then I'll ship everything back. So, but you guys won't see it. I'm going to spread it out. That way, you don't see the knife and then the what's inside. It seems like duplicate content. I'll spread it out. So it's gonna be staggered. So you'll see the initial impressions, and then a couple weeks later you'll see the full review, and then maybe like a week later you'll see the what's inside. Does that make sense? You guys like that idea? The majority of you guys here are my core, real hardcore members that are here all the time. So how's that sound? Okay, Ethan, what about the Arby's buffalo chicken? You know what? Arby's Meat Mountain. That's something I can get behind. That sounds good. Oh, I don't know. I've been pretty strict with myself because I was getting fat because of those meds I was taking. So, can't hear it? Let me turn it up for you. It happens. Okay, let me tell you how it happens. It's a big, heavy blade, a lot of force. They work loose. I Loctite all the screws on all my knives. I Loctite all the screws on all my knives because I've had that happen. I've had it happen on my Ferrum Forges. I've got a bag. As a matter of fact, I have one Ferrum Forge, my NTAC, because it's a small knife. It's a heavy blade, and there's a lot of force in that knife because of the snapping action, the length of the lock bar and everything. That's a knife that has a tendency to have the screws come loose. I have a bag of spare screws in the center console of my car, just for my NTAC. I bought an extra set of screws from Chris and Elliot. I just literally did that because I more than once had realized that my knife was missing a screw. And so what I did was once I got the Loctite stick, especially, I Loctite everything because that stick does a really good job. The pivot on this Norseman has not moved at all, and yet it's really just seamless, so easy. It's so easy to take back off. I don't need to heat it up. I like the red Loctite. Chris and Elliot have always used red Loctite. I use red Loctite because, well, they taught me how to make knives, and when I started servicing and maintaining knives and repairing knives and anodizing, I just started using the red Loctite, but then I had people complain. And I just kept doing it. I used a little bit less, and I gave them the tips, like, you just heat it up a little bit. But if you've got, like, say you've got G10 scales, you can't hit that with a torch. You know what I mean? Or if you've got micarta scales, you can burn that stuff. So I just decided that I was going to start using the the blue Loctite stick and give it a shot, and I'm really, really happy with it. And you guys are the ones that suggested it. So, blue Loctite stick. No one calls the house. No one calls the house phone. I'm old enough, I still have a landline. Let's see who this is. 518-433. 518. What area code's 518?
About your vehicle's manufacturer's warranty. We sent you several notices in the mail that you have yet.
I hated that show. My kid loved that show. It's about my car's warranty. We own both of those cars outright. Like, I don't have a car payment anymore, which is nice because guess what? YouTube was paying my car payment. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, guys, you asked what I make on YouTube, and I can't really tell you, but it's enough that it covered my car payment for a while. But if you guys saw what happened with Metal Effort, there's a good chance I'm gonna start putting everything up on Full 30 as well. If you guys want to go support that platform, because I actually make more per person off of the ads and ad revenue and than I do here. YouTube, I can't complain. Like, I complain about things on YouTube, but they have given me opportunities to do things, and I think it's because I made enough noise that they were like, okay, this guy's a small creator, but I have a really faithful. Well, and like I said, until I cut my own hair again. Until I got the blue one, I really didn't see much of it. I just saw what Chris and Elliot were using, and they gave it to me. I like a thing of Loctite, 1 drop at a time will last you for. It's like KPL. Like, I don't know how KPL stays in business. They got to make smaller bottles and charge the same price, because I literally still have the first bottle of KPL I ever had, and I oil knives all the time. And now I have 2 new bottles that Matthew, my buddy Tino, gave me. He's like, my mom and dad bought me the full thing, like the full, the regular and the heavy. They bought me 2. They didn't realize how little of it you use in it. He was like, you can have one. And so my original one that was still about half full, my wife uses on her sewing machine. I don't know if you guys, there's so many different things I've used a KPL on. I used it on my Arkansas stones. Great for that. That's probably one of the best oils I've ever put on a natural stone, an oil stone, is KPL. Just use a lot of it. It's kind of pricey. But my wife uses it on her sewing machine, and it works fucking great. It like, her sewing machine was all bogging down. She makes all kinds of stuff. And she was like, I think a sewing machine's about shot. And I was like, why don't you just oil it with this and see? And there was so much dust and stuff in there. And within a matter of minutes, she's like, wow, that stuff really worked. And she was oiling it before with the oil that they recommend. The 3-in-1 was not doing anything. I do need to take her sewing machine in for service. Guys, I can't find the new hat. This is the dirty old one. I think that the new hat is in a box out in the garage somewhere. I may have accidentally and so is my roll of Scotch tape. There's painter's tape that I was using to make labels on all of the boxes. I'm pretty sure it got packed in a box because I can't find my blue painter's tape anywhere. I've packed up stuff. I had a box that was like, okay, I want to put all this stuff in here, and I got it done, and I packed it up, and I put it in the garage, and I turned around, and there's a whole bunch of the stuff that should have went in that box, and I was like, well, let's just throw everything in a box. Figure it out later. That's where I was at Saturday, because I was so frustrated, because like I said, those guys were supposed to come down, and I know you're watching, guys. I know you're watching. It smells like sugar cookies. Left me all by myself on Saturday. And then not Nico, but Tino. Tino said he was going to try and come Friday, but he got his second COOF pandemic vaccination shot, and he felt like crap. And I completely understand that. He told me on Sunday, he was like, he was going to try and come Sunday too. He's like, if I feel better, he's like, I still feel like doo-doo. I was like, no, that's cool. So, not upset with him. I knew he was a maybe. But when you tell me, oh, I'm there, I'll be there, I'm definitely there. I'm like, all right, cool. What's everybody else doing? Anybody get any new stuff in? I got this back from Zach. Haven't seen this in a while. Well, I think what happened was, because I had some other friends, my friend Tito told me that was their plan too. They went to watch the fight Saturday. They went to watch the fight Saturday night in Tijuana. I don't know what fight was on. I was busy packing, and I don't watch TV. I've been, like I said, I've been reading lately. I've read a couple books here. I just stopped watching TV. I could probably take all my TVs and pack them up. Just charge my Kindle. Speaking of which, I need to charge my Kindle. Let's go do that right now. No. So, did you, Jeremy? Is it as horrible as I remember the first one? You should send it to me for review once I get moved. I'm gonna grab my Kindle real quick. Even in here, stuff is there's boxes and that stuff is being moved, and there's boxes here, and we took a bunch of this stuff out, and I'm going through all this crap, and there's cords and shit laying everywhere because we're going through everything and packing stuff. I did get something cool. I'll show you that I'm going to do a video about eventually. I got this from Goat Arms. This is a model kit of the Beretta, or not, the Barrett sniper rifle, the 50 cal. I hate this clutter. It's just a mess, and I want to get, like, there's newspaper laying everywhere. There's packing boxes and shit laying everywhere because I got to pack this stuff up. This stuff's packed. There's some stuff here that's my daughter's stuff from this top cupboard. Some of this stuff, like, I don't want to pack up any liquids, but all this stuff I'm going through. And oh, there's my blue tape. Ha! I think my wife might have found it for me. But yeah, it's just, I just hate moving. Even when I almost tried to plug my phone in. I forget what I was getting to say. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Must not have been that important. It's like this house, the way it was set up, it's just kind of cluttered anyway. But I didn't get my wife anything for Mother's Day. She came home with these. I was like, oh, you got flowers. Didn't even think about it until Sunday when I was like, man, these guys aren't coming and my back hurts. I'm just gonna lay on the couch. She goes, well, they're probably busy. It is Mother's Day. And I was like, happy Mother's Day, baby. That explains the flowers on the counter. Mike, you freaking idiot. We've been married for 19 years. I think she's used to it by now because on our anniversary is the 3rd of March. 3-3, pretty hard to forget. It's like, which one of us is going to remember it first? It's like a contest. Who's going to remember it first so that we can be upset with the other one all day? No, they are absolutely not the best cereal. You're out of your mind. Honey Nut Cheerios and Fruit Loops, they're in a tie for the best cereal. Lucky Charms, little styrofoam. Here, let me put sugar in styrofoam and call them marshmallows. Those aren't marshmallows. Marshmallows are squishy, happy things that you put on a stick and you light on fire and then you eat them while they're melting over a campfire. Those are not marshmallows. I don't know what those are, but they're not marshmallows. Plastic of some sort. This stuff's pretty good too. But my wife found something I didn't know existed. Have you guys seen these before? I didn't know these existed. No, pineapple does not belong on pizza. I can buy it. My wife likes pepperoni or pineapple on pizza. But pineapple and pepperoni, that's her thing. I can get by it. I can pick it off. It doesn't bother me too much. I might even eat it while it's on there. But I honestly don't think it belongs on there. I would say that cereal might be soup. Just like a hot dog is a sandwich. I listen to the podcast. Mythical Kitchen's one of my favorite. No, that's not. I'm not a fan of it. I do like sweet and savory. Okay. Now here's the thing. Like I don't have a problem with you eating a Hawaiian pizza. Like everybody's like, I can get by it. I can understand it. Some people like it because I like weird shit too. Because one of my favorite things is to take a dill pickle chip and put it on top of a chocolate chip cookie. Sweet, salty, sour, all of it together, it's delicious. Dill pickle chip inside an Oreo, it's great. So I'm not gonna judge. I've tried Hawaiian pizza, it's not my thing, but like my wife was like, you won't try the pickle on a chocolate chip cookie thing. She's like, no, that's disgusting. I was like, have you ever tried it? No. I was like, then you can't say it's disgusting if you haven't ever tried it. Like butt sex. I've never tried it. I won't call it disgusting. I personally find it, I wouldn't let to me, let's put it that way, to me. But I mean, if you want to do it, it's fine. I don't care. It's not hurting me at all. So my dad, okay. My dad and I we think a lot alike, but there's some major differences. My father was completely, unabashedly opposed to gay marriage. And I told him, I had no problem with it. It's not hurting me. They're not trying to make me marry another dude. Why is it such a big deal? He goes, well, it's this and that, and the Bible. I was like, okay. The Bible also says that, a bunch of other stuff that people violate, but you don't seem to be so bent out of shape about that. Dill pickle, dill pickle, dill pickle. Sweet pickles by themselves. The best sweet pickles are Dave's famous sweet and spicy pickles, in my opinion. So, like, my dad was like, oh, gay marriage. And I was like, Dad, they're not hurting you. It's not like they're saying you have to marry another man. It's not like you've got to divorce mom and then marry a dude. I don't see where you're coming from. Like, gay people have every right to be as miserable as us straight people. Let them get married and be miserable, too. Like, I don't get it. What's the big hang up? I don't have a problem with it. As long as you're not trying to make me do it. Like, I don't want to do it. So I don't have to. If they want to do it, let them. I don't care. Oh, this is benefits. I was like, I don't care about that. Like, let them have medical benefits. I don't care. What is the problem? It's not like somebody's coming in the house like, you got to sleep with a man now. No, that's not what they're doing. Just letting them get married. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with any of this stuff. You want to LGBTQ? I don't care. Just don't fucking shove it in my face. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind almond milk. Isn't it weird how these conversations take a turn? Like, these conversations get weird. Like, Mike first started talking about moving, and then knives, and then gay marriage, and then pickles on cookies, and now they're talking about almond milk. I'm just concerned. I've never seen a nipple on an almond, so I'm not quite sure how you milk one. I'm just not sure. I'll tell you what we do have that I love. This stuff is amazing. I would make myself sick on this. It tastes like, well, I'm old. Yoplait had a yogurt that tasted just like this. But this is yogurt smoothie. You just drink it. And my wife and daughter hate it. There's like 3 bottles of this stuff. She got it from somebody. They were like, oh, well, we have all this and we get rid of it, but, nobody likes it. So took it home and I started drinking it. And I was like, my wife's like, you can have all of it. So I have like 3 things of it in there. So I was like, I need a glass. Just, I don't need a glass. Just drink it out of the, you're the only one that's going to drink it. Like, the kid tried it. My wife tried it. They neither one like it. They're like, nope, it's all you. That's all you, bud. She's like, you don't even need a glass. Just drink it right out of the bottle. Don't dirty a glass. Watch their cow mascot. I honestly don't know how they make almond milk, but I don't know who asked that. Ethan, I would be willing to bet dollars to donuts that there's a video on YouTube that will show you how they do it. Maybe you have to take that brown stuff off the outside, then you see the nipples. I don't know. Pizza is always good. I don't care if it's deep dish. I don't care if it's thin crust. I don't care if it's New York style. I don't care if it's crispy on the bottom or floppy. Pizza is pizza, and pizza is like sex. Even when it's not that great, it's still pretty fucking good. So this one's gonna get demonetized, I think. Pretty sure this is the one that they're like, nope, can't do that one. Pizza is always good. I mean, even when it's not good pizza, like Hawaiian, I'm not a big fan of Hawaiian pizza. I'll still eat it. It's still pizza. I mean, unless you're getting a box of saltine crackers, putting a drop of ketchup on it, and sticking a piece of cheese out of a Lunchable on top and stick it in a microwave and hand it to me. Oh, here's a pizza. That's not pizza. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hit you. It is. It is, Ace. It is. There's going to be some little nuggets of knowledge that I still am able to spit out that most people haven't heard yet. There's a lot of stuff going on up here. Most of it's not any good. Just waste of time. Whoa. There's a pizza MRE? When did this happen? Okay, I'm going to have to talk to Trevor about this. My buddy Trevor Nickel is still a Marine. He's active duty. I'm going to have to see if I can't get a pizza MRE. Because I have never had one. I thought I'd had all the MREs. I remember the chili dog one, the four fingers of death. Those of you that don't know, I doubt it. I don't know if it would give you the runs, Aiden, because here's the things. MRE stands for meals refusing to exit. I'm so bound up. I ain't pooped in like a week. I like that sound. I don't know. It's a cool sound. Oh my God, it's a bad idea. I was like, bark. Navy makes actual pizza. No, they really don't. No. Pizza on the ship is a sad, disappointing. It's still pizza, but it's pretty sad and disappointing. I know we've all had that one girl in our relationship history that was sad and disappointing. It's that kind of pizza. Since we're making that reference, since I started that. Pickle pizza. I've never had a pickle pizza. I've had this thing that they have back home, and I don't know if there's a pizza that we have back home in Ohio that people make that is it's called a white pizza, but it's not like any white pizza I've ever had here. It's got a different sauce. Well, it depends, because there is a pizza that my mother made, and it's not baked. It's a different kind of like doughy thing that it's on, but it's on this breaded thing, and you eat it, and it is basically just all raw vegetables. It's like raw, everything about it's raw, but it's actually really good. And broccoli and cauliflower and carrot and stuff like that. But cooked broccoli on a pizza? No. But then again, I was in Japan where you get all kinds of weird stuff on a pizza with like octopus and corn and stuff like that. And I was like, ain't no way. And then you eat it, you're like, hey, you know what? That's actually not too. That's not too bad. Pizza La was the place that we would order pizza from, and they would deliver to our house, and you had to call. Best pizza I ever had. That's a hard one because I've been all over the place. There's a couple places that have really good. So my favorite, like, I'll eat any kind of pizza, but my favorite is like the thin, almost New York style. There's a place called La Bella's in Chula Vista that their pizza is so good, and it's the sauce. The sauce is amazing. Don't order extra sauce. Don't order extra cheese, because I'm here to tell you right now, you won't be able to eat it. But I honestly want to close that garage door. I don't want to leave this open with all this stuff. But there's also a place that's just right next to Matt's house that has got to have some of the best, like, just delivery pizza in San Diego. And they have their salads are amazing. Like, I will drive there just to have a salad for lunch, a $5 medium Greek salad. And I think what makes it is they use a lot of cheese. There's a lot of vegetables in it. There's olives and there's pepperoncini and stuff like that. But what makes it, I think, is their homemade dressing, their Greek dressing that they put on it. It is amazing. But it's called Giant New York Pizza down on Telegraph Canyon here in San Diego area, and it is really, really good, and it's not very expensive, and you can get like a 30-inch pizza. So they have sizes from 12 to 28-inch pizzas. Now, I don't know if you've seen a 28-inch pizza, but I have. We ordered one time, and we couldn't get it in the house. We couldn't get it through the garage door. The garage door wasn't wide enough. We were trying to twist it. We're like, what the hell? We had to open the big sliding door and bring it through the yard, and it took up my entire kitchen counter. I do too. I may have pizza for lunch. There's a chance. I have the kid here with me. It's me and the kid all day today. Just me and the kid. But guys, I have got so much stuff I need to do, and I'm just taking a break right now. I've already been up and packing and things like that. Somebody was like, dude, you're not worried about the fact your haircut looks pretty bad? And I was like, you can't see it when I wear my hat. It was, how often do you wear your hat? And I was like, I take it off when I go to bed. They're like, what? And I was like, it's pretty much attached to my head at all times. I mean, unless I'm sleeping, or if maybe I'm laying on a couch reading on my Kindle. Pretty much anybody that's ever seen me in the last, well, I don't know, ever, I was wearing a hat. It's as much a part of me as my beard. Like, can you guys imagine if I just cut my beard off? Like, at this point, would you, like, go back and look at the videos of me with just, like, the little goatee and the mustache and stuff? Like, I've had people go, I saw a video of you and didn't realize it was you. I was like, what? Or like, I watched a video of you like 5 years ago and did not know it was you. I like a good deep dish pizza. I love a good dish. My favorite, there's a place out here that does it too, but I had it in a fork under the counter. Oh, apparently the fucking horse that won the Kentucky Derby failed its drug test. So, LeBron James, shut the fuck up and dribble the ball. That's all I want. I'm not going to say anything else about it. No more comments. That's just all I want because I want to be able to watch basketball again. Anyway, there was a place that had this pizza, and I can't remember where it was at. I want to say it was when I was in New York or Washington, D.C. I don't remember which. But they put the cheese on first and then the sauce on top, and it was amazing. I've done that a few times. Layer of cheese, then sauce on top, and then sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top, and then the toppings. Holy crap, is it good that way. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it does to the difference between the sauce. My nose is running, guys. I got allergies. It's all the dust from, you know, I mean, I don't care how clean you keep your house. You start moving stuff, there's dust everywhere. And my eyes and nose have been running for days. You see how red my nose is? Ethan, I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. It takes a lot of energy to fucking run this machine, and I'm hungry all the time. It's a constant battle with me not to eat constantly. I'm always hungry. Like, I could have just finished eating a steak dinner. Somebody was like, hey, you want some? Yeah, I could eat. I can do that. So, well, guys, guess what? I have to get off of here because I have to go pick my daughter up. So I'll keep you around with me for a little bit. Maybe we'll maybe we'll do this in the car a little bit. I have to get my wallet. I never eat breakfast. I have been blowing my nose so much because, like I said, up on top of stuff, because on top of this set of cupboards, on top of this set of cabinets where all my DVDs and stuff were, there was stuff up there and I never cleaned. There was, you guys remember, there was a whole bunch of like knick-knack stuff up there. I didn't clean up there because that stuff was there. I'm like, I'm not moving all that stuff to clean up there. On top of there, on top of here. Like in here, not so much, but guys, I always will be playing music. People come over and are like, where is your stereo? I have a set of Bose speakers with a wireless receiver, and I Bluetooth music to these Bose speakers. And they sound great. So yeah, lots of dust and stuff. And I gotta get this grandfather clock ready to go. Anybody know how to transport a grandfather clock? If you do, I'd appreciate a little bit of information. Well, I mean, like I said, there's probably a YouTube video somewhere. I know that these are different weights, so that I kind of have to mark them so I know which goes where. So I'm thinking that this is going to get ready to ship and pack today. So that was left to us by an old lady down at the end of the street. She got really sick and she moved to a nursing home, and we were watching her house and stuff. And then her family told us there was a bunch of stuff that she left us that she wanted us to take now. And then shortly after, she passed away. Isabelle called her Grandma G, Grandma Georgette. God, she was a mean old woman, but she loved that kid. So yeah, I've never packed that ever. So, all right, guys. Well, I gotta go pick my daughter up. I might take you with me. Okay, you wanna come? You wanna come with me? Go pick up Isabelle. Are they a pain to move? I'm not sure. I've never moved one. Come on, let's go get in the car. Let's get in the car. You guys want to come with me? I can keep you guys with me for a few more minutes. There's that. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot of interacting, but definitely see if we can do. Cayenne, car. I'm parking outside of the garage now because we've got so much stuff that we need to pack up. Hey, come on. In. Good girl. Come here. Come here. Come here. I want to get your collar or your leash off of you. So yeah, I'll take you guys with me for a few minutes. If you want to do that. We've done it before. I don't know how clear you're going to be able to see me because of the way I've got this thing set. Let's see. Still have not fixed the headliner in my car. Let me see if I can order a pizza for lunch. Well, I'm sorry, James. I'm probably going to for lunch as well. Either that or there's a Chinese restaurant just real close that is really good compared to, let me plug this in. Come on. Turn that off. Chinese, their beef and broccoli is really, really good. It's always really good and tender. Some people are always like, oh, I can't eat Chinese food. Worried about that MSG in the food. And I'm like, I've never been worried about the MSG in Chinese food. I'm more concerned about the DOG in Chinese food. But hey, I've had dog and it's tasty. Somebody forget where I heard someone say, have you eaten dog? Eaten it? Live like one? Yep. You hear that, Cayenne? I've had dog. She likes to look out the window. Hang on a second, guys. Let me try and get this set up here just so that we don't have to mess with this. I don't want to mess with this on the road. Hold on. Look at the ceiling for a second. Yeah, beef and broccoli is really good. They have really good orange chicken as well. But if I'm getting Chinese chicken, there is a place called Mandarin Garden, and they have what is called their salt and pepper chicken. And it says, you hear salt and pepper, but there's all kinds of green onion, and then there's actual different kinds of peppers in it. And it is delightful. Okay, this might be the end of me being able to read, but I don't know how many cops should be on the road, but yeah, so we're moving. This weekend starts to move. I will definitely, the second I get to there's so much dirt. My car's been parked outside for like a week almost now, because I was moving stuff around in the garage as well. Stuff that I knew we needed to. Yeah, I was going, before I started packing, I was getting rid of stuff. I got stuff slated for Goodwill and stuff like that. But no, it's so dusty in San Diego. Like, everybody's like, man, I had somebody come over one time and like, dude, do you ever dust your house? And I was like, bro, I dust my furniture and the bed and the dresser like once a week. Like, religiously. I haven't done it for like 2 weeks now, but like until like religiously, because it is so dusty. People are like, why is it so dusty? I was like, I can throw a football onto the freeway from my house. Why do you think it's so dusty? Let me ask you why you think it's so dusty. Dummy. Are you panting? God, I can't wait to get off. They never work on this road here to get to the freeway. It's always horrible. There's homeless people living above this, just right up above my house now. Like, my daughter's like afraid to go for a walk now and shit. I'm like, can you do something about it? It's private property. The whole the HOA is private property. If you want to be homeless, that's fine, but there's all kinds of open, unincorporated areas to do it in. You know, a lot of the people out here in San Diego, it's a choice to be homeless because you can. It's a lifestyle that you can live out here, but that doesn't mean that I have to. What is rattling now? There we go. Doesn't mean I want you living right behind my house, above the steps, where I got to see you sitting there and you're making noise at 1 o'clock in the morning on the steps behind my bedroom window and scaring my daughter. I was like, so I tried to call the police, and they're like, well, it's not your property. I was like, but it is private property. And they said, well, the HOA has to call. So I called the HOA, and I basically think the police told them, find a better hobby or something, and just not real happy. Not real happy with the state of affairs. So I am right now on my way to the Croc Center to pick up my daughter. I mean, I did give her some pepper spray. It was, I gave it to her when she went, because, I mean, she hangs out with her friends downtown, at the park. And so I gave her some pepper spray when she went down there one time. I was like, look, don't play with it. It's not a toy. She's like, I know. And I was like, yeah, I also know teenage girls do dumb things. I've heard your conversations. I don't know what happened to her. That kid was so smart. I don't understand half the shit she says anymore. Scully. Papa. I'm like, what? I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Papa. She's like, she'll say something. I was like, what does that even mean? She's like, oh, that's just a mood. And I was like, no, a mood is like happy, angry, sleepy, grumpy. Those are moods. Actually, no, I think those were dwarfs. But at any rate, you know what I'm saying? She's like, this is just a mood. And I was like, you mean a meme? She's like, no, they're called moods now. I was like, when I was younger, we called them demotivational posters. And then they started calling them memes, which I don't even know what a meme is. I don't know what a meme is. I don't know what it truly is, but I know that's what it's called. It was about the time I found out that LOL was actually LOL. And I mean, I love her to death, but she says things, and she's like, well, no, that's just the new word for it. I was like, no, there is no new word for it. So I have this thing, and we're starting this when we get to the new place. Anytime she says something, actually, I started it before, but we packed it up. We're going to go back to it. Anytime she says something that I don't know or don't think is a word, for her to be allowed to use it around me, just around me, for her to be able to use it around me, she's got to be able to show it to me in a dictionary. I have my Webster's Collegiate Dictionary that I've used for years, and I'm like, look, here's the deal. If I hear you use a word, we're gonna play this like Scrabble. I get to call it into question. Like, nah, I don't think that's a word. Daddy, it's a word. All right, show it to me. That's how we're gonna play it. Now, if she wants to talk to her friends, that's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But if she's gonna talk to me, it's got to be actual English. Like, we're gonna treat our conversations like Scrabble. If there's a word I don't think is a word, I'm like, I'm gonna call on that one. I'm gonna make a call on that one. You go grab that little blue dictionary I gave you. I hate this 94 West interchange. So it goes from a 3-lane road, and it splits to the 125, the 94 east and west, and you're like, it's just, if you happen to be in the left lane and you didn't time it right, well, I got news for you. You aren't making your exit. If you're on the far left, meme. You know what a meme is? A meme? Memes are those funny little pictures that show things like Joe Biden, how to tie his shoes, things like that. The little humorous pictures. I can't read you guys' comments, all of them. I don't know what that was. No, I'm trying to think of what one of them was that she said. She said something, and she's like, well, it means this. I was like, it absolutely does not mean that. Like, and this is the problem, and I want her to understand this, that, and this has been pervasive in culture, the erosion of language erodes the base we have for how we live. Because our lives are dictated by law, which are written in language. If you change the language, you have no way to defend what, I don't agree with the erosion of the spoken word. There used to be an entire, I don't remember what it was, but like there was an entire group of people that their entire job was the preservation of the English language and making sure that those words did not degrade over time. Like, I'm really big on that. There was there's things like I say things I like to, like, I know that you guys are gonna fucking laugh because I know that I keep myself, like, it's a thing I do on YouTube. I dumb it down, but I'm not dumb. Like, I know my target audience, and I know what they expect from the channel. But I like words like, one of my favorite words is defenestration. And people are like, what's that? Is that like a surgical term? I was like, no, it means to throw someone out a window. It's one of my favorite words because it's one of the things I think about doing to people all the time because I hear them talk. And my whole thing is I tell her, I was like, it has nothing to do with me not wanting you to fit in with your friends. It absolutely has everything with me wanting you to be able to talk to people from different age groups and not sound like a blithering idiot. Like, I would like my daughter to be able to have conversations with my mother. And if this erosion of language continues, I will say that I studied something and they said that, I forget what I was reading. And it was talking about the changes in language. So if you went back 200 years, if you went back in time 200 years, there's a good likelihood majority of people would not be able to communicate with the average person that they saw on the street 200 years ago. You go back 100 years before that, and it's a pretty much guaranteed. And if you think I'm wrong, read Shakespeare. So Shakespeare was not that long ago in the big scope of, there's a brand new dispensary right there. Shakespeare was not that long ago in the big scope of what happened in our world so far. So when people think like, I could go back in time and I could study this. No, you couldn't, because you would not be able to even communicate with the people. That's why I don't think time travel would ever actually work. You would be lost in language as well as time. Go back before Shakespeare. Like there's a period of time where there was the great upheaval of the English language, and how things were written and how words were spelled phonetically and how the vowels were used. So, Cayenne, stop breathing so hard. Damn it, it's not that hot in here. It's only 64 degrees outside, and the air conditioner is on. So, well, guys, I'm here to pick up my daughter. I'm gonna let you all go. This has been fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. I needed this. It's been kind of stressful. I thought about doing this yesterday, but I was in a pretty bad mood all day yesterday. So, you guys take it easy. And there's a video that premieres at 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's a video about knives that I think everyone should own once, if I remember right. Or it's the Brown disassembly. I can't remember. I do believe it is the 5 knives everyone should have at least once. So, later, guys. I can't find the button. Where's the button? There it is.